In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to set up a Matko wireless remote display. In our example today, we're going to be using a 4-inch wireless remote display, but take note that these steps will also apply to both a 2-inch and a 6-inch as well. In our demonstration today, we're going to generate some RS-232 signal on this laptop, and we're going to send it through a wire into this XTP transceiver. And this transceiver will take that signal, convert it to a wireless signal, and send it over to this Matko wireless remote display. If you take a look at the bottom of this display, you'll notice that there's an antenna. And that's because there is a wireless receiver built into this display. So the first step is to attach the XTP to your indicator. In our case, we're going to be sending the signal from this laptop here, but in most situations, it's going to be coming from an indicator. We have our quick start guide right here. And I have the data line coming in to the RS-232 ports. You'll notice right here that we have our ground wire plugged into ground and our data line coming into the RxD port. Now in our situation, we only have one pair of devices that are operating. So we can leave all of the dip switches in the off position on both devices. One thing to take note of is when you do change the dip switches, you'll notice that the config light turns on. This means that the XTP needs to be configured because you changed the dip switches. So all you have to do to apply the changes is press the configure button and you'll see these green lights. And now everything is set up. Now let's take a look at this remote display. There is actually a config light on the wireless module of this board as well. That means that it needs to be configured. Again, just like with the XTP, if you flip any of these dip switches, it's going to take this configure light and turn it on, letting you know that the display needs to be configured to receive the wireless signal. Now remember, we had all of our dip switches in the off position on the XTP. So we want to make sure that all the dip switches on this receiving module are off as well. Press this configure button. You're going to see the green lights. As you can see on this display, we have weight data coming in. All of the data coming in on this display is coming in wirelessly from the XTP module. So that is how you set up and configure a Matko wireless package. I hope that this helped you understand how to set up a Matko wireless display. And feel free to check out some of our other videos on our other Matko products.